A forever world. A world created with the sole intention of being played on forever. And that's exactly what this world is to me. My forever world. This is the second episode in this series and one that took me a long time to make, so thank you for your patience. In today's episode, I'll be gathering all of the different animal variants and bringing them back home before building a beautiful, thriving farm for them to live in. But first, let's do some mining. So this is that little cave that a bunch of zombies kept coming out of. Anywho, I think I'm going to skip the majority of this mining trip for you guys because I just want to show you this insane iron vein that I found. Wait, could this be one of the iron veins? Oh my goodness, it could be. Oh, I think it is. Give it all to me. Oh, this is gorgeous. Oh, this is gorgeous. I honestly think I could have been down there for at least 30 minutes just mining up all of this iron. It literally wouldn't stop, and even when I left, I don't think I got it all, but I did find some little sneaky diamonds. I got quite a lot of diamonds out of this trip actually, so honestly the rest of this mining trip was me digging through this vein of iron and just not stopping until I eventually had enough. Okay everybody, so yes, like I said at the beginning of this video, I am going to be focusing on building a lovely farm for all of the farm animals that you can get in Minecraft. However, before we even get on to building the farms, I think we need to do the interior and get pretty much all of our items moved in there. So as you will have seen, I got so much iron and diamonds from that tough vein. Look at that. Look at the 48 blocks of raw iron. So I'm going to smelt some of these up so then I can make an anvil and I can reveal what name I have chosen for our little doggy. Okay, there we go. So we'll put the anvil down here, and whilst we were mining, we did find a name tag. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop the name tag in. Okay, little doggy, as you can see, he was just sleeping. I did get the fresh animations resource pack finally on this version. So we get a more animated little guy, and his name is Scout. So a lovely commenter said that they were thinking Scout because that was one of the first things that I said after I got him to be my pet. I will put them up on the screen right now, and I just thought that was so thoughtful, so memorable. However, I do want to say a big thank you to everyone who put name suggestions down in the comments section. I absolutely adored every single name that you guys gave to me. However, do not worry, if your name did not get chosen today, you will get plenty more opportunities to name my animals. Since decorating my house is not the main focal point of today's video, I will be skimming over this part. I had such a blast decorating the inside of my house. I made it super cute yet super functional. We have a little storage space. It is a little bit on the smaller side, so I do definitely need to upgrade it, but it was fine for now. I made the bedroom super cute and cozy and added 2 fireplaces in this place. This place was gonna be super hot and toasty. I had a blast doing this, but unfortunately, because this is not the main focal point of today's video, I have just kind of skipped this along a little bit. Okay, so the interior is done. Hey. Hi, it's me, it's Editing Berry, so I'm sure you heard that. Didn't sound great, did it? No, it didn't. And what did I do? I continued recording. Don't panic, this entire video is not over. I don't know what happened with my mic. I think I installed a software and then for some reason it lowered the bitrate of my mic for a while, and I didn't notice until a lot of the way into the video. But don't panic, the main part of the video, which is me building the farm, is not hindered whatsoever. However, this does mean that I have a bit more of a tedious time to edit. And it also means that you guys are probably gonna have to endure some voiceovers, which I really didn't want to do because I wanted Forever World to be a little bit more, I don't know, like we're on a FaceTime or something. But yeah, anyway, you're gonna have to expect a few voiceovers from me because this issue with my recording happens for a little while, but don't worry, I will let you know when I have fixed it. Okay, bye bye. So we have now finished our decoration of the interior. So for the bedroom, I kept it really simple. This is just where we rest our head. So I wanted it to be more aesthetic than anything. I used a lot of mossy highlights as well as putting in the glow berries to add some light in here. And of course, we even have the second fireplace. Downstairs is a lot more functional. I have a little storage area which I definitely need to expand on. I also have things like a crafting table, a stone cutter, an anvil, as well as some smelting areas, and our first fireplace. So this is where I'm putting our farm. I really wanted to make this farm somewhat separate to my own personal area because I want this farm to be pretty big. So to help with making this farm as big as it possibly can get, I decided to do a little bit of terraforming. This is not the last of the terraforming. I just wanted to do a little bit so I could get a proper vision on exactly how big I want this place to be, how many buildings I want in there. Okay, so now it is time for the most important and vital part of this video, which is getting the animals. So I want pretty much every single farm animal that you can get in this game, and I want to get every single variant, which means I'm gonna have to go to both cold biomes and warm biomes to get their variants. So I gathered a bunch of boats, wondering if maybe that was the way to go about this, put all the animals in boats and deliver them back home, but you'll see that I may or may not have had a few issues with that. So when I first came across my very first warm biome, it didn't take long for me to find the warm variants of the farm animals. However, I decided to do a little bit of adventuring whilst I was there since it took me so long to get there, and I actually found a mangrove swamp, which I thought was the perfect time to go ahead and grab plenty of mud. Once grabbing all of the mud and the proper ghoulies and whatever else you can get from a mangrove swamp, I went back and I grabbed all of the warm variants. So this journey took a long time, a lot of trial and error. I was trying to get them back primarily by boat, but turns out there isn't a lot of boating to be done from that area. I couldn't find a good river to get myself directly from the warm biome back to my base, so I had to do a lot of trial and erroring. Eventually though, I was able to get them all back to my base. I put them in their respective little holes for now and then went out to the cold biome. So I actually found a different tiger biome to the one that I found in the previous episode. I wanted to do some more exploring to kind of get a better understanding of my surroundings, and I was hoping that my understanding of my surroundings would be that I'd have a tiger that was fairly close by, but turns out I didn't. So when I got there, I quickly gathered up all of the animals, put them on leads, and I actually found these sheep. So if you didn't know, sheep do not have different variants, which is very, very upsetting. However, with this texture pack on, it actually showed some kind of different sheep looking variants, and I thought these cold sheep looked adorable, so I brought them back with me. However, as you can see, they met a very, very sad end. Unfortunately, the wolves got them when I was so close to home and I was devastated. But it's okay. I guess we'll get them another time because I was not going back there. So once I got them all home, I put them all in their little holes, ready to make them their new homes. I next made myself an enchanting table, which I did unfortunately forget to record, but as you can see here, I got a Fortune 3 and Efficiency 4 pickaxe. I was so happy with that and decided to go ahead and grind out a little bit more XP during the night so then I could then enchant my diamond axe. Unfortunately, the only thing that I got on my axe was Unbreaking 3, however I wasn't too upset because I knew it would still come in handy when getting all of the blocks for this project. Hello everyone, a quick little side rant. I actually haven't played on this world for a little bit now. It's probably been a few weeks since the last sort of clip that I have showed on this video. I am not demotivated in this world, I just want to make that very clear. But obviously, seeing that all of my recordings had a really bad audio quality did stump me a little bit. However, you'll have probably seen I will have put a bunch of voiceovers. However, we are back now and I am more than ready to continue. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is that I've set myself quite a hefty project for this episode. You know, I have spent ages getting all of these animal types and now I'm gonna have to make all of these animals their own little pens all in one video. And whilst I love watching videos like that where they do big projects like this, for this series I don't want to do that because I want to get episodes out fairly quickly and not have too much to edit. Well, by that I mean I don't want to be spending hours and hours editing one video because I have so much going on in it. So for the future of my foreverworld series, I will not be doing projects quite as big as this. Well, I will, but they will all be spaced out. For example, I do a cow pen on one episode and a pig pen on another episode, that sort of thing, instead of doing it all in one. Those are just examples, by the way. I'm obviously not doing that because I'm doing a whole farm today. But yeah, that's my little update. Anyway, now that is over, we have to get on with this too big of a project that I've set myself. We have all of the cows here, we have all the pigs here, we have all of the chickens here, and a few little sheepies here. So now we need to make some lovely pens for them all. But what I think I want to do first is make a barn. So this barn is not actually going to house any animals. I think it would be nice to just use as a storage space. So I'm thinking diorite and some mangrove, and maybe we'll see if pale oak looks okay with diorite. I'm not too sure, and we'll get some birch wood just in case. So let's just have a nosy at this block palette. So we're gonna have mangrove planks, and then I'm thinking stripped mangrove as sort of texturing. Now for the rim, obviously if you can't tell, we're going for a classic red barn. So usually they have white trims, so I feel like quartz would look really good, but I really don't want to go into the nether this early. Polished diorite. Now you see the issue with this is that they are very similar textures to these because they have the same texturing. Let's have a look at birch. Oh, that looks good. Okay, no, I like this. So I'm gonna go grab some birch trees and then we shall get on with the build. Okay, so I'm thinking for the barn, we put it around here maybe. Let's just go into free cam and have a nosy. I don't want it to be too close to this, or maybe I will just sort of push it back a little bit because I want there to be an exit / entrance from the back as well. So we're going to do a good old classic rounded animal barn. Also, I'm going to do this build in real time because I feel like you guys have probably experienced enough flashbacks and voiceovers for today. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just bring it forward. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I think I'll push this back a little bit just so I can have an exit around the back. Okay, so let's just mark out the door. So we'll have a 3x3 door. I think I'll texture with the logs at the end. Okay, so trim of that is done. There's a small part of me that is thinking maybe even just destroying these pillars here and just changing it for just the walls, but I'm gonna leave it for now. Okay, so the roof is in and the walls are up. I want to do some lovely big windows, and I also want to do the doors. I actually saw a really cool design on Pinterest. Honestly, I've tried, you know, when you find a Pinterest post and you really like it, but you don't save it, you can never find it ever again. That is literally what I did. Oh, look at it. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving having like another building to look at. It's so fun. So they used barrels, which I thought was really cool. Let me just pop these here as temporary blocks. They put them like this, and then you had this nice texture here. Oh, I love it. Okay. The only thing is my barn is not as wide as theirs because they then had trapdoors on either side to almost mimic doors, but I don't think I can do it like that. But I was thinking I could maybe mimic the doors like kind of somewhat closed. How does that look? I don't hate that. Why don't I hate that? I should hate that. That is really cool. I'm not going to do it for this build, but I think that is a really cool way to make windows. Look at how beautiful this is. Okay, I have added some extra texturing using some trapdoors and some buttons and some signs, and I'm loving how it's looking. Now I think we need to do some leafage. I have 40 leaves here, so let's see how much I can do. So now that we have finished the exterior, I think it's time to move on to the interior. Like I said, this is just gonna home all of my farmage storage. I am truly so happy with it. It came out a lot nicer than I thought it would. There's still a lot of landscaping I'm gonna do around it to make it even better. In here, please. There you go. But yeah, so this is going to be all the functional storage. I mean, if I need to use any more, we do have these. Now that we have done the barn, it is time to get on to our animal pens. So I think doing the cows first would be the best idea because I think they are possibly the most important animals in the game. They give very good loot and also very good food. So let's go ahead and grab some materials. So we have tuff and we can also make tuff. Oh, we can make polished tuff and we can also make tuff bricks. Tuff and tuff bricks. And then we have our spruce as well as spruce wood. I also brought some oak out. So that is the kind of thing I'm thinking of going for. Let's just kind of get a foundation down. There we go. And I will use some dirt to sort of fill this in at some point. So I'm thinking, like I said, a mixture of tuff bricks, maybe some polished tuff as well. Okay guys, it is the next day and I think we should go ahead and put our cows in their brand new pen. Okay, let's go get them. I need a little bit of wheat and I'd also like to breed them up a little bit when we get in there. Okay guys, this place isn't quite as big as I was wanting, but I think you guys will love it anyway. Come on. Oh, you're taking your time. I didn't realize that you guys swam so slowly. Yay! Okay, come on guys. Go on. This is your brand new home. You can jump on those? Excuse me, guys. Excuse me, one at a time. No one escape yet. Also, oh my goodness, I just realized we now have snapshots of the new baby animals and I am so excited to have them in this farm. Anywho, it is time for the next pen and I think we're gonna do a pig pen. So for the pigs, oh my goodness, hello. Oh my goodness, that could have been so bad. There we go. As I was saying, for the pigsty, I have a sort of deserty theme block palette in mind. Okay, so here is our block palette. I need to get some more oak leaves and then I think we're ready to start. Okay, so I've just done a little bit of terraforming. I know this looks absolutely terrible, but I just wanted a bit of a base to put the pigsty on because I kind of want everything to be at slightly varying levels. I know that this isn't very pretty or perfect, but I think I will sort that out once the pigsty is actually done. Okay, lovely. I think this is it for the pigsty. Nothing too insane, nothing too magical about this place, but I think it is perfect for some little piggies. Come on, little piggies. Come on, let's go to your new home. I've got you some really nice mud, and there's a really nice little shelter. Come on in. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, little baby piggies. Do you guys love it? I hope you do. Have a wonderful time, guys. Okay, so now we need to do the chickens. They are next on my list. Now, my idea was doing something quite similar to the barn. Okay, my plan is for some mangrove. We're gonna add in some mud bricks. And I also want dark oak wood, mostly for like the roof and things. And I think this is a really nice palette, and it's not exactly the same as the barn, so it kind of differentiates them. And of course some oak leaves. Okay, so I have just done a little bit of terraforming. Again, not my best work of terraforming, but it'll all be fixed since I definitely need a better way to actually get up to the chicken pen. But I think this is a decent little start. Ooh, power 2, hello. Our first death. No! 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 Well, first death. I was kind of hoping I could stick it out for a little bit longer, but I suppose not. Perfect, it was like nothing ever happened. So I think it's now time to get the chickens in their pen. Hi guys, how you doing? How are you guys doing? Come on, let's go. You guys are so pretty. I love all of you. You're so cute. Oh my goodness. Okay, they're all in here. Oh, I did not mean to stop reading you guys, but I guess we can do that. Let's do some eggs. Oh my goodness. So now we only have one more pen to do, which is the sheep pen. Now the sheep are the only animals in terms of farm animals that weren't given different variants. But yeah, now I need to figure out what block palette I want for the sheep. So my palette design for the sheep pen is going to be a lot more neutral and a lot more simple. So this is all the blocks that I want to be using. We've got some turf, cobblestone, andesite, mossy cobblestone, moss block, oak leaves, and some stone. Okay, so the sun is about to set and I have just finished landscaping this lovely little area for our sheep. So I'm just gonna go back home, go to sleep, and then we shall go ahead and get on with the sheep pen. Now I know this looks very unfinished, but I will finish this all off when I'm doing my finishing touches, which I will be doing straight after I get those sheep in this pen. So let's go grab them. Hey guys. Come on. I have a really nice little home for you. Yay! Okay, amazing. Come on, sheepies. 1 and 2. Have a little baby. Okay. I'm going to get to bed and then we're going to get to decorating. Now that the basics of the animal pens are done, it is time to officially get on with the crop fields before we do any extra little decorating. It's a little bit difficult to figure out exactly where I want everything to go because I don't know, it's weird doing this without it all being mapped out, but I do think it would be easier if I popped in the paths first. For now, I think all I'm going to do is just use regular path blocks like these just to map out exactly where I want the paths, and then I'll go ahead and detail them later. Okay, so I have done a general sort of layout of the paths. I kind of hate them right now, but at least we now have a sort of layout. I'm not really going to be doing anything too uniform because I want everything to look really natural and I want everything to be really cohesive. So I'm thinking crop farm here, crop farm like maybe even all the way along here, a little bit here, just basically filling up all the spots, and then one over here as well. So I'm not actually mad at the idea of the wheat going all the way up to the barn, and we'll have little paths going through it as well. And then back here we shall have it circled round. Okay, now that I've kind of shown you guys how I will be mapping this out, I'm just going to go ahead and do the other crop farms and then I will be right back. Okay, so they are all now planned out. As you can see, this is going to be where the wheat will be, this is going to be where the carrots will be, and this is going to be where the potatoes will be, and then down here is going to be where the pumpkins and melons and whatnot will be grown. Okay, I'm going to do a little flashback of me actually planting in all of the crops, and then I shall see you afterwards. So the main farms are done. Now we need to sort out our pumpkins and our melons. We need to share a couple of pumpkins. So I'm thinking one bit here will be for pumpkins and perhaps here in between these. I'm trying to fill up the space a little bit. Maybe I shall kind of make this a little bit less diagonal so then the melons would actually have a little bit more room. So I'll go ahead and plant the melons and pumpkins and then I'll be right back with you guys. Pumpkin farm and the melon farm, which is just over there, are now down, and now I think it's time that we fence all of our little crop areas off. Especially need to do some work on the pumpkin and melon farms because they are looking very ugly, but that's okay. I have plenty of plans on how to make them look a lot prettier. So I'm going to be using oak fences as well as a mixture of oak leaves and maybe even some oak logs to fence off all of our fields. I want it to look very natural, so it's not going to be completely fenced off, but just fenced off enough so that, you know, it serves a purpose. So I'm thinking the odd oak post and then the odd fence and then the odd leaf. So let's get on with it. So on this beautiful night, we have made all of the fences to go around our crop farms. So I think it is officially time to get on to the last phase of building this farm, which is all of the finer details. This is going to include sprucing up the insides of the enclosures a little bit. It's going to be doing the paths. It's going to be doing some greenery. And if I am feeling confident enough, maybe some custom trees. I've never done custom trees before without any sort of reference, so we'll sort of see how that goes. But yeah, without further ado, let's get on to the final details. I am so excited for this bit. So first things first, I'm going to get all of the little spaces completely filled up. I'm going to put in some decorations, like little farming decor in. I've seen people make wheelbarrows and things like that, so I'd like to do something like that. I also want to do random stacks of hay bales. So I'm just going to get myself ready to do that. Okay, now I'm gonna try my hand at some custom trees. I think we're just gonna make some really little ones. Oh my goodness. Hello there, you scared me. Okay, I've gotten some oak fences. I chopped a few oak trees down. I'm a little bit wary now because I don't know where that creeper's gone. Okay, I think we need to root out where I want to put some trees. So I'm gonna put one here. We'll put one here. Probably one there. One there. One here? Question mark. One here. Possibly one there. So we're literally just going to do fences and then smack some leaves on them. Okay, so it did take me a little while to get these custom trees put in. Whilst they were only fences and leaves, it was important that I put the leaves in specific places so they looked natural, but also not too sporadic. It was also quite confusing because I kept changing the fence types, deciding to switch between oak and spruce, and then I decided that I wanted some cherry leaves and cherry trees in, so I then had to change the fences out again. It just took a while, but I think the outcome was worth it. Okay, so some of the trees are now in. I should probably do some more because, you know, it's pretty few and far between, but I think for now that will do. Now I think it's time to get on with the paths. As you can see for the paths, we went for a really nice combination of rooted dirt, granite, packed mud, and mud bricks. I do have a few areas here, as you can see, that are currently blank because I need to make some, what are they called, slabs. And I just thought there's no point in wasting materials by putting these blocks down there. So let's go ahead and sort out these paths. Well, the stairs to the paths. Okay, now the paths are done. I am really happy with them. I do want to put in some detail, but that is what this section is for, which is detailing this entire farm. We're gonna put some decorative blocks down, such as flowers and grass, as well as just adding a little bit of texture into the pathway and into the grass and just everything. Basically, we're just gonna completely revamp this farm and it's gonna look amazing, okay? Just trust me on it. So, without further ado, let's get started. So I think that is the perfect place to wrap up with this video. This took a while for me to make. Of course, we did do a lot of building. I will probably not do something this big a scale all in one video again. I'd like to make sure I can post this series fairly often, so don't expect videos like these to be majorly common. But I did have so much fun building our farm. I think it came out really cute, really beautiful. I'm so excited to see what we're going to do in the future episodes. Maybe next episode we will build a bridge over because I am sick of swimming over. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.